In the neighborhood of Ogudu, Lagos, life was filled with laughter, music, and the aroma of delicious street food. Among the residents was Femi, a charming young man known for his infectious smile and kind heart. He was the kind of person who could brighten anyone's day, and everyone in Ogudu loved him. Femi grew up in Ogudu, playing football with his friends and helping his mom sell plantains at the local market. He dreamed of becoming an architect and spent many evenings sketching building designs. But something else occupied his heart, his childhood friend, Tola. Tola was smart, funny, and beautiful. The two had shared countless adventures, from climbing trees to riding bicycles down the winding streets of their neighborhood. As they grew older, Femi realized he had feelings for Tola beyond friendship. He would often daydream about a future where they were together. However, there was a twist in this tale. Tola's family had other plans for her. They wanted her to marry a successful young man named Kunle, who had just returned from studying abroad. Kunle was handsome, charming, and wealthy. Tola's parents believed he was the perfect match for her, and they were eager to set up a meeting between the two. While Femi was sketching in his room one evening, he overheard his mom talking to Tola's parents. They were discussing a grand engagement party for Tola and Kunle. His heart sank. What about me? He thought. He couldn't bear the thought of losing Tola to someone else. Determined to win her heart, Femi confessed his feelings to Tola. He planned a special evening for them to reminisce about their childhood memories, hoping that the magic of their past would ignite her feelings for him. On the night of his plan, Femi brought Tola to their favorite spot, a large mango tree near the riverbank. The air was warm, and the stars twinkled above them. They sat beneath the tree, sharing stories and laughter like old times. Femi's heart raced as he gathered the courage to speak. "Tola," he began, "do you remember when we climbed this tree and made secret plans about our futures?" Tola smiled, nodding. "Of course. We talked about traveling the world and having adventures together." Femi took a deep breath. "I still think about those plans. I want to be with you, Tola. I love you." His heart pounded as he waited for her response. Tola's expression changed. "Femi, you're my best friend, and I greatly care about you. But my parents have already arranged for me to marry Kunle. It's what they want for me." Femi felt his heart break. "But what about what you want?" he asked desperately. "I don't know, Femi. I feel torn." "I want to make my parents happy, but I can't ignore my feelings," she replied, her eyes filled with confusion. They sat in silence, the weight of the moment hanging heavily between them. As days passed, Femi noticed Tola spending more time with Kunle. They laughed together and went on outings, and the sight cut deeper into Femi's heart. He watched his dream fade but wasn't ready to give up. Femi decided to take a different approach. He organized a community talent show in Ogudu, hoping to impress Tola with his architectural designs and creativity. He invited everyone in the neighborhood, including Kunle and Tola. Femi worked tirelessly to make the event successful, believing that if Tola saw him shine, she might reconsider her decision. On the day of the talent show, the whole neighborhood gathered to watch performances and admire the decorations. Femi unveiled a model of a community center he had designed, showcasing his talent and vision for the future. Tola's eyes lit up as she walked through the display, impressed by Femi's hard work. Just as Femi thought he had a chance, Kunle stepped forward. "I also have a surprise for Tola," he announced. He revealed a lavish gift, a beautiful necklace that sparkled in the sunlight. "Tola, will you accept this as a symbol of my love for you?" he asked, kneeling to present it to her. Femi's heart sank. He watched as Tola blushed and accepted the necklace, her face a mix of joy and obligation. The crowd cheered and Femi felt the walls closing in on him. He had to act quickly. As the show continued, Femi gathered his friends and performed. They danced and sang, showcasing the rich culture of their neighborhood. Femi poured his heart into the performance, hoping Tola would see his love for her shining through. When it was over, he jumped off the stage and ran to Tola. "Tola, please listen to me. I've loved you for so long and want to share my life with you. You deserve to choose who you want to be with, not just follow what your parents want," he said, breathless. Tola looked conflicted. The cheers from the crowd faded as she turned to face Femi. "You're right, Femi. I've been so focused on making everyone else happy that I haven't thought about what I truly want," she admitted. Just then, Kunle interrupted. "Tola, you can't seriously consider this. I've worked hard to win your family's approval. We're meant to be together." His voice was firm, but there was a hint of desperation. Tola took a deep breath, standing tall. "This is my life, Kunle. I have to make my own choices. I'm choosing Femi because he makes me happy," she said firmly. Kunle's face darkened and he narrowed his eyes. "You think this is over? I won't let you walk away from me that easily." With that, he stormed off, leaving the crowd in shock. Femi felt a mix of hope and fear. He knew that Kunle would not give up easily. As the days passed, he watched Kunle pull out all the stops to win over Tola's family. Kunle began showering Tola's parents with gifts and attention, flaunting his wealth and connections. He even threw extravagant dinners in their honor to win their favor. One evening, Femi overheard Tola's parents discussing their daughter's future. They were impressed by Kunle's efforts and began to doubt Tola's feelings for Femi. Femi felt helpless as he watched Kunle manipulate the situation to his advantage. Desperate to save their relationship, Femi and Tola took a drastic step. They planned to run away together, believing that if they could escape the pressure of their families, they could find happiness on their own. One moonlit night, they packed their bags and slipped out of the neighborhood, their hearts racing with excitement and fear. As they traveled to a nearby town, they felt freedom and anxiety. They stayed in a small guest house and spent their days exploring and dreaming about a future together. But as days turned into weeks, the reality of their situation began to sink in. Femi knew they couldn't run forever. Back in Ogudu, Tola's parents were worried and frantic. They had never seen Tola this upset, and they soon realized how much they had underestimated her feelings. They reached out to the community, asking for help to find her. One day, while Femi and Tola were walking by the river, they received a surprising message. Tola's mother had called to say that she wanted to meet them. Tola's heart raced. What could she want? She wondered. After much discussion, they decided to return to Ogudu and meet Tola's parents. When they arrived, Tola's parents greeted them with mixed emotions. They were relieved to see their daughter safe, but also disappointed in her decision to run away. Tola spoke up, her voice steady. "Mom, Dad, I love Femi. I want to be with him. I need you to understand that my happiness matters too." Tears streamed down her face as she poured her heart out. Femi stood by her side, holding her hand. "I promise to take care of Tola and support her dreams. We can build a future that respects her family's values while allowing her to choose her path." Tola's parents exchanged glances, and Femi could see the hesitation in their eyes. Finally, her father spoke. "We may not have agreed with your choices, but we can see how much you care for each other. We want you to be happy, Tola. Just know that this won't be easy." Tola's mother said, "Kunle may have won us over with his charm, but love cannot be bought. It takes hard work and commitment. We will support your decision if you two are willing to fight for each other." Overwhelmed with joy, Tola hugged her parents tightly. "Thank you. I promise to make you proud." Tola and Femi worked hard to prove their love in the following weeks. They involved Tola's parents in their lives, sharing their dreams and aspirations. They even invited Kunle to join their conversations, showing no need for hate. With time, Tola's parents grew to respect Femi and recognize the strength of their love. Eventually, Femi and Tola were ready to announce their engagement. With the support of Tola's parents, they planned a small ceremony that celebrated their love and their families. The entire neighborhood of Ogudu came together to celebrate their union, showcasing the joy that blossomed from their journey. On the engagement party day, the sun shone brightly, casting a warm glow over the festivities. Tola wore a stunning traditional outfit and Femi couldn't ignore her. They exchanged vows before their friends and family, promising to stand by each other through thick and thin. Femi took a moment to look out at the crowd as they exchanged rings. He spotted Kunle standing at the back, his expression unreadable. After the ceremony, Femi approached Kunle. "Thank you for pushing Tola and me to fight for our love. I hope we can move forward without hard feelings," Femi said, extending his hand. Kunle hesitated but eventually shook Femi's hand. "I realize now that love can't be forced. I may have been blinded by my desires, but I wish you both happiness." Kunle left, allowing Femi and Tola to embrace their future together. As Femi and Tola began their married life, they worked hard to build a home filled with love and laughter. They supported each other's dreams. Femi pursued his architecture career, and Tola became a beloved teacher in their community. They often reminisced about their childhood adventures, reminding themselves of the bond that had brought them together. The couple frequently organized community events, giving back to Ogudu, the place that had nurtured their love. As Femi had dreamed, they built a community center where children could play, learn, and grow. Tola taught classes there, sharing her passion for education. Femi and Tola's love story became a cherished tale in Ogudu as the years passed. Their journey taught everyone that love could overcome obstacles, and sometimes the path to true happiness required bravery and determination. And so, in the lively neighborhood of Ogudu, the couple continued to thrive, building a life rich in love, laughter, and community spirit, proving that true love conquers all. It creates bonds that strengthen families and communities alike.